Is it fate, luck, or something we just can't explain? Sometimes the universe throws us a curveball, a glitch in the matrix so bizarre it makes you question everything. Some historical coincidences are so strange they blur the line between reality and mystery. These are real stories, documented facts, that seem to defy all logical explanation. From books that predict disasters to lives that mirror each other across a century, these aren't just trivia, they're unsettling reminders of how little we understand. Today on Flinto File, we're diving into 10 real-life events that defy logic and will leave you speechless. We'll explore stories that challenge the very notion of coincidence and force us to ask, what if it's not a coincidence at all? This is Flinto File. In 1898, Morgan Robertson published a novella called Futility, or The Wreck of the Titan. It told of the Titan, a massive British ocean liner hailed as unsinkable, packed with the world's elite. On a cold April night, the Titan strikes an iceberg in the North Atlantic on its starboard side and sinks, tragically with too few lifeboats. 14 years later, the real RMS Titanic, also called unsinkable, met the same fate. Iceberg, April, North Atlantic, starboard side, not enough lifeboats. The similarities are staggering. Titan versus Titanic, both British, both luxury liners, both doomed by the same fatal flaw. Robertson even got the ship's size and speed eerily close. When Titanic sank, people rediscovered Robertson's book. The parallels were so uncanny it was terrifying. Was Robertson psychic or just a maritime expert with a grim imagination? He denied any supernatural influence, but the sheer number of details he got right makes you wonder. Sometimes fiction and reality collide in ways that defy belief. Can two lives be a coincidence? Consider the parallels between Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy. Lincoln elected to Congress in 1846, Kennedy, 1946. Lincoln became president in 1860, Kennedy, 1960. Both fought for civil rights and led during times of upheaval. Both were assassinated on a Friday, shot in the head next to their wives. Lincoln was shot at Ford's Theater. Kennedy in a Lincoln car, made by Ford. Their assassins, John Wilkes Booth, born 1839, Lee Harvey Oswald, born 1939. Both had 3 names, 15 letters. Booth ran from a theater, caught in a warehouse. Oswald ran from a warehouse, caught in a theater. Both assassins were killed before trial, both succeeded by Johnsons, Andrew Johnson, born 1808, Lyndon Johnson, born 1908. Both Johnsons were Southern Democrats and former senators. The volume and specificity of these parallels are mind-boggling. Is it a cosmic joke, a historical echo, or something more? Sometimes history seems to repeat itself with eerie precision. Some coincidences are tragic, others miraculous. Tsutomu Yamaguchi experienced both. In August 1945, Yamaguchi was in Hiroshima when the atomic bomb fell. He survived, badly injured. He returned home, to Nagasaki. On August 9th, while at work, the second atomic bomb detonated. He survived again, less than 2 miles from ground zero, both times. Yamaguchi is the only person officially recognized as surviving both bombings. He lived to 93, later advocating for nuclear disarmament. To survive one atomic blast is incredible. To survive 2, days apart, is almost unimaginable. His story is a chilling reminder of the razor-thin line between luck and fate. Sometimes the universe's odds are stranger than fiction. Yamaguchi's life defies all probability. Mark Twain's life was bookended by a cosmic event so perfect it feels scripted. Twain was born in 1835, the year Halley's Comet appeared. He believed his fate was tied to the comet, predicting he'd die when it returned. In 1909, Twain said, "I came in with Halley's Comet. It is coming again next year and I expect to go out with it." Halley's Comet made its closest approach on April 20th, 1910. Twain died the very next day. He came in with the comet and went out with it, just as he said. Sometimes destiny writes the most poetic stories. The Simpsons isn't just a comedy, it's a pop culture oracle. The show predicted President Trump in a 2000 episode, years before his candidacy. It eerily depicted Trump's escalator announcement, and even a visual nod to 9/11s in a 1997 episode. The Simpsons also foresaw smartwatches, autocorrect fails, and the Disney-Fox merger, decades in advance. Are the writers time travelers or just masters of satire? They claim it's the law of averages, but the specificity is uncanny. Is Springfield a window into our future or just a mirror of our present? Sometimes, satire becomes prophecy. The Hoover Dam's construction was marked by tragedy and a chilling coincidence. The first death, J.G. Tierney, a surveyor, drowned on December 20, 1922. 13 years later, as the dam neared completion, the last fatality occurred, on December 20, 1935. The victim, Patrick William Tierney, J.G. Tierney's son. Father and son, the first and last to die, exactly 13 years apart, on the same date. Their story bookends the dam's history with a perfectly symmetrical tragedy. It's a reminder that sometimes, fate writes stories more poetic and more cruel than any fiction. The Tierney sacrifice is etched into the very foundation of the Hoover Dam. Some coincidences are too precise to ignore. The dam stands as a monument to both engineering and loss. The devastation of 9/11 left little intact, except somehow, a single passport. Amid the pulverized concrete and melted steel, a passerby found a passport belonging to Satam al-Sukami, one of the hijackers. The plane's black boxes were never found, yet this fragile document survived the explosion, fire, and collapse. It was ejected, landed blocks away, and was found in recognizable condition. The odds of this are astronomical. Some call it a 1 in a trillion fluke, others see it as a red flag. Whether coincidence or anomaly, the passport's survival remains one of 9/11's most unsettling mysteries. Sometimes the smallest details raise the biggest questions. Morgan Robertson's novella didn't just foreshadow the Titanic, it predicted it in chilling detail. The Titan, 800 feet long, Titanic, 882 feet. Titan's tonnage, 70,000, Titanic, 66,000. Both had triple-screw propellers, both struck an iceberg on the starboard side in April at high speed. Both were declared unsinkable, both lacked enough lifeboats for their passengers. Titan could carry 3,000 people but had lifeboats for only a fraction, just like Titanic. The lack of lifeboats turned both disasters into mass tragedies. Robertson's technical and narrative blueprint was written 14 years before Titanic was even designed. When you line up the data, coincidence feels inadequate. Sometimes fiction becomes a haunting echo of reality. The Titan's story continues to baffle and disturb. The doppelganger, a ghostly double, has haunted folklore for centuries. Emily Seiji, a 19th century teacher, was seen in two places at once by her students. Percy Bysshe Shelley claimed to meet his own double shortly before his death. Queen Elizabeth I saw her own spectral form laid out as if for a funeral and died soon after. Are these hallucinations or something more? The consistency of these stories across cultures is unsettling. The idea of meeting your own double as a final warning is deeply creepy. Whether a trick of the mind or a glimpse into another reality, the doppelganger remains one of history's most chilling omens. Henry Ziegler's story is a legend of fate and revenge. In 1883, after a tragic breakup, Ziegler's ex's brother shot him, then took his own life. The bullet only grazed Ziegler, lodging in a tree behind him. 20 years later, Ziegler tried to remove the tree with dynamite. The explosion sent the old bullet flying, striking Ziegler in the head, killing him instantly. The bullet, fired decades earlier, finally found its mark. It's a story so improbable, it sounds like fiction. But sometimes, fate is patient and relentless. The universe has a way of closing its own loops. Some stories are written in tragedy, with a twist only time can deliver. Creeped out yet? These stories push the boundaries of what we call coincidence. Are they random chance or evidence of a hidden pattern? They remind us that for all our knowledge, mysteries remain that defy explanation. Reality is often stranger and creepier than fiction. Which story shook you the most? Let us know in the comments and subscribe for more mysteries, only on Flinto File. Stay curious and question everything.